This week started with very wet weather and it was still very rainy and pretty cold. So my mom and I, we decided to drive to Switzerland and go to a thermal bath. I'm not really sure if that's the correct term for it, but it's like a spa with hot springs and saunas. We didn't go into a sauna because I think that's too much for my body, but it was really nice just to be in the warm water, and there was like a salt water bath where you could just float on top of on the surface of the water. That was really nice. Unfortunately, a day after going to this spa, I got lumbago. I hope I pronounced that correctly. In German, like the literal translation from the German word for that is witch shot, which is very funny. But it was quite painful, so I went to the doctor in hopes to get like a pain shot for that, and the doctor said I need to keep moving. It's better to stay in movement than to lie down. So I went on a little hike, which was very enjoyable and nice. I haven't been to this place in a while, and as a child I spent some time there. It was kind of dangerous to climb on these like rocks. We never went really down there, but like even on top you can see there it's kind of dangerous, but well, that's what kids do. There also was a construction site going on nearby, so we heard the noises pretty much throughout the whole hike. That was kind of annoying because the construction site was in the valley and we hiked down and then on the other side up again, so we were always in hearing distance. I really want to go back to this trail to explore it some more. It was the first time going there. We also saw another legless lizard. I really love that word. I see them everywhere right now. I always try to get them to move outside of the way because they don't see you coming, and if you don't see them yourself, you will step on them. So I always urge them to like go somewhere else and not chill like right in the middle of the path. Das machst du ganz toll. Ja, eine richtige Bergziege bist du. I finished knitting both panels for my summer poncho, and I already steam blocked it, so now it's time to put them together. I already put some safety pins where the seams are supposed to be, and I will sew them together now. The lighting in here probably is very dark because it is gloomy outside, but I finished sewing this and I'm going to try it on now. I actually sewed it together in a different way than what was suggested because I wanted to have a more asymmetrical fit, and I feel like this is what I achieved with that. I really can't explain how I did it, but the pattern is from an Instagram post made by Ava Paula, and these are just two rectangular pieces that are then sewn together in a way that is explained in the Instagram post, but I did it differently. So if anyone is interested, I can maybe do a little drawing of what I did here. The only thing that is a bit annoying is that the way that I sewed it together, now the seam is right in front. Both seams are like in the front. I could of course turn it around and have the longer piece in the back. I could also like wear it on the side and have more of this like waterfall color kind of situation in front. So I think there are many ways to wear this. I probably wouldn't wear it with something white underneath. I don't think that looks particularly good, but I do have like a dark brown tank top, and I think that'll look very good with this shade of green on top. It was kind of fun to knit, but also kind of boring because these are just rectangular pieces. It is spring now, even though it doesn't feel like it because it's still raining, but supposedly it's the last day of rain and we should get sunshine tomorrow. Muss man denn immer zu laut sein, ne? Ja. I also had some time to kill before I went to an appointment, so I went into this thrift store. It is very cluttered and full, and sometimes you'll find items already falling to pieces, but it's still a very fun place to dig around, and I really fell in love with this lamp. Maybe I need to go back and get it. I did get this vase. It's brown glass and very beautiful, and this little dish where you can put dips or snacks. And I also got new wellies, and they are my size and very good quality, so that is amazing. Könnten Sie sich eventuell wieder beruhigen? So the weather again is a quite stark contrast against last week's weather, and it took me a few days to acclimatize myself, but now I feel like I am a bit better. My health is still a bit all over the place right now, and also I got stung by a bee right here, and I had quite a severe local reaction. As far as I know, I'm not allergic, but like the area is very painful and itchy and swollen, and also some of my lymph nodes are swollen in the back here. So I am a bit apprehensive about beekeeping right now, because I know that you can develop allergies over time, and maybe I should get tested now that I had this reaction. I'm not really sure, but it also was entirely my own fault, because I took off my protective suit, my beekeeping suit, because there was a bee inside of it, and I took it off so the bee can fly away, and she did. But then I still had to close off the hive, and there were just a few steps to finishing this day's work, and I didn't put on the beekeeping suit again after that, so I continued without protection, and the bees got angry and one of them stung me. And yeah, yesterday I also wasn't feeling very well. I spent most of the day in bed. I had a lot of headache. So a lot of projects that I have planned right now, some of them I started in some ways, but it's just not possible to keep going at the same pace that I was going before, and I'm working on accepting, but well. But in other news, I finally finished the Goldfinch, which was kind of a long way, but I finally did it. First of all, this is very heavy and huge and long. I've nothing against long books. Last June, I think, I read the entire Neapolitan Quartet by Elena Ferrante in like 4 weeks, I think, and I was really enjoying the length of the books. But with this one, I don't know why, but it annoyed me that it's so long and that it's so heavy. I don't know why, but it was good. I really enjoyed the story in itself. I can't say anything really negative about it, but also it didn't get to me on an emotional level, which is fine. I don't need to like identify with every book I read. I saw some people online talking about this book as really life-changing and as one of the best books they've ever read, and I don't know, like subjectively it's very good and I really enjoyed it. So far I wouldn't consider it one of my favorite books, but it was a really nice experience reading it, and I'm really glad I did it. So yeah, and now I'm reading The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark. I got this in the secondhand store last week or the week before that, I don't know. And it's very short, and I feel like I need a bit of a reading snack to pick up some pace again. Not that I'm like running a race with reading, but I like to read continuously, and with the Goldfinch I skipped a few days of reading, which I don't know why, but so far this is very funny and witty, but I can't say so much about it because I have read 25 pages. So as far as knitting, I made a bit of progress with this t-shirt, but I wasn't knitting on it that much because I knit this with 2.5mm needles and it's very slow, which is fine, but it is a bit strenuous on my wrists. I can't knit on it continuously for a long period of time, but this is still a nice project to work on and I'm really excited for it to be finished so I can wear it. This is Tin Line by Sandnesgarn. Yes, I also think like the fabric it creates is really beautiful and it drapes really nice. It is going to be a t-shirt, so I will add some sleeves at some point, but for now I'm still working on the body. And then I also started a new knitting project, which is this one. It is black, so I don't know if the camera picks it up very well. But this is going to be a dress, and I want it to be like a very simple, minimalistic, kind of boxy, but not oversized dress. I just started with a rectangular piece and then started picking up each side and then increased to form like a rounded shape and then joined. The yarn is Drops Beaumoulin. I will write it down. And it's a cotton linen blend. I think it's almost 50-50. So it is kind of, it has a very interesting texture, I think. It is soft and it's also not like super dry. But like the linen texture of it, it comes through if you have touched linen yarn. I think you will know what I mean. And it is a bit of a heavier yarn. I'm knitting this with 5mm needles, which is the suggested needle size. And I think it is good. And it is fitting for this type of yarn. For the edge, so it looks very neat, I did like 3 double knit stitches. And it looks very good so far. I'm still not sure if I should do like some kind of collar or if I'll leave it like that. And yeah, I'm not planning on doing any shaping for the body. I will just knit straight down and it will probably be a bit tighter around my hip area because there is a bit more circumference there. This is kind of a nice project to knit on and it's going very fast, so it is a bit of a good contrast to the other project that I'm working on. I also have a few miscellaneous thrifted items here that I haven't shown yet. So first is this pair of pants. These are jeans from Banana Republic and it is this really nice dark green denim fabric. It's not my favorite shade of green, to be honest, and I'm thinking about dyeing it brown. But I don't really know if that's going to happen. Someone replaced the button and I think I'm going to replace it as well and put something else there. It's a wider legged pant and it has these folds in the front, which I really like. I haven't worn them yet because I haven't washed them. They are in my pile of dirty clothes right now. Then I got a new bathing suit of Vinted. It's this one. It's like my absolute favorite shade of green. And originally it's from H&M and probably nothing special, but I really like the cut and the color. So it's just like a very basic bathing suit with some lacing in the back. The only issue with this is it fits really good on the top of my body, but like on the hip area it is too wide. So I still need to alter the cut of it. And this was, I think it was new, but without tags. And then I got 2 baseball caps in both in brown colors, but this one is like this washed out brown with this La Poésie Paris writing. This wasn't like the one that I really wanted, but the person sold them together and I really wanted the brown one. They both have silver hardware in the back, which I think is really nice. And this one I wore like a few times so far and it's perfect. They are originally from H&M again, but they are 100% cotton, and I don't mind buying fast fashion as long as it's secondhand. So then I also ordered some books off Vinted for the first time, and the one big advantage that getting books off Vinted has is that you see exactly the individual book that you're getting. Because I did order some books off like secondhand book websites. Like in Germany there is Medimobs, which is kind of huge, and it's good. You can get good and cheap books off of it, but you won't see a picture of the exact book edition cover that you'll get. I got some books with underlined sentences. I got books with a different cover than was shown on the picture, so it is a bit of a lottery. But with books on Vinted, people will put a photo of the exact book there. So I got Pure Color by Sheila Heti. Again, the pronunciation of names. I don't really know what this is about, but someone suggested it and recommended it as a good book, and I really like the cover, so I got it. Then I got The Garden Against Time by Olivia Laing. This is about gardens as a place in our culture. The Garden Against Time illuminates the pleasures and possibilities of gardens, not as a place to hide from the world, but as a site of fertile encounter and discovery. I'm really looking forward to reading this. This sounds right up my alley. And then finally I got Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This was the winner of the Booker Prize 2024. One of my best friends read it and recommended it to me, and I was out to get it a few times, but I didn't, so now I got it off Vinted. And the person selling Orbital to me gifted me this bookmark, which is like the most adorable little thing, and it's my main bookmark now that I use for the book that I'm currently reading. So that is lovely. So right now I am a bit excited about the summery weather. As long as I don't feel horrible, it is actually enjoyable. I also wanted to take a bit of a longer bike ride this week, which I couldn't do, but I am going to do that soon. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you are enjoying whatever season you're in right now. And